Alright, in the previous lecture we created that press me button, but whenever we press it, nothing's going on right now because we have not created any code that goes connected to that button. So that's what we're gonna do right now. I want you to go to Xcode, and what we're gonna do is click on the viewcontroller.swift file, and we're gonna create an iboutlet just like we did for the UI label. So go on this line at the end of the line that says UI label and press enter once or twice and do @iboutlet var my first button, and the type is a UI button. Now again, that's all you need to write, okay? However, make sure that you have the I, the B, and the O of iboutlet, that's uppercase, okay? Very important. Those three letters need to be uppercase. Then my first button, I put the F uppercase and the B uppercase, but you don't really have to. What matters is that you stay consistent. If you don't put them uppercase, do not put them uppercase anywhere. But it's probably easier for you to just do exactly what I do, okay? And then UI button, again, as you can see, the three, the U, the I, and the B are all uppercase as well. Okay, so now that we have this, we're gonna connect this iboutlet to the storyboard. So click on the main.storyboard right here. Click on the button, okay, so select the button, and I want you to go to the connection tab right here, okay? If you don't see that interface, you gotta make sure that you have this one selected right here, okay? So click on the connection right here, and click on the referencing outlets, new referencing outlet, just click inside, hold it, and drag and drop that blue line to the view controller. Once you're there, you're gonna just release the mouse, okay? All right, and click on my first button. All right, so now we have the connection. How can you verify that? Click on the button and you will see my first button is connected to the view controller file, okay? All right, so now go to the viewcontroller.swift file, and here we're gonna start writing the action that's gonna be associated to it. Okay, so right now we want an action that whenever somebody presses that button, we're gonna change the text of the label that we have, okay? I don't know if you guys remember, we have a label here, right, that says hello from code. So whenever we press the button, it's gonna say button pressed, okay? All right, so go to the code, and right at the end you see a curly brace right here, closing curly brace. I want you to go before that, press enter many times, and we're gonna start typing here the function, okay? So the action that we want is called a function, func, okay? And we're gonna call it tapped button, okay? That's the name of the function. And in parentheses, we're gonna say that the one that's sending the action is the button. So the sender is of type UI button, okay? Because it is a button, okay? So we want to make sure that the only thing that can trigger this action is a button and nothing else, okay? Make sure you respect the opening and closing parentheses, then press enter, add an opening curly brace and a closing curly brace automatically by pressing the enter key, okay? And right in between, this is what the function is going to be doing. So whatever you write in between those opening and closing curly braces is what the function is about to do. So what do we want to do here? Let me show you here. We want this label to change the text, right? We want the new text that says button got pressed, okay? So here we're gonna change the label, right? So my first label.text, okay, is equal to, so whenever this is gonna get pressed, is equal to button got pressed, okay? That's it, and close the quotes, okay, the double quotes. All right, but now we need to say when the button can do this, because the button can do this action in multiple ways. We want to make sure that we trigger this event whenever somebody presses the button inside of the button, not outside of the button, right? Or not just on one side. So what you need to specify is add the type of action that's to which event of the button. So we want a touch, okay, or the press inside, which is also called a touch up inside. That's the name of a click, basically. A click on a desktop computer is the equivalent of a touch up inside in a mobile device. So let's add that. So we're gonna write my first button, my first button dot add target. Okay, so we're adding a target, and as you can see, the autocomplete comes in. So just press enter right here when you start typing, okay, and this automatically fills this up for you. And the target will be self, which means it's this specific file that's gonna have the action, okay. And here, just the selector here, I want you to select the action that we want to fire. We want to trigger the tapped button, right? That's the action that we want to launch. All right, and put a column here because there's actually a parameter here, this thing. So we want to make sure that there's a button here. There's a column here. Okay, for control events, and here we want UI control events. Okay, and the type of events we want is dot touch up inside. Okay, touch up inside, and press enter once it starts writing. Okay, so basically here we're saying that the touch up inside event is getting triggered whenever somebody clicks on the button, and that triggers the tapped button action. So that triggers this action right here. Okay, all right, so if you wrote everything correctly, just press play and let's give it a shot and see what's gonna happen now. Okay, so now by clicking play, it's gonna compile, and we should see what we had exactly, what exactly. All right, so it says hello from code, like it used to say. And now if I press the press me button, this should trigger the tapped button action and change this label. Let's see, press me. All right, button got pressed. Now you can press it as many times as you want, but this got already changed. Okay, so now we have the whole connection. So you can press play again and try it many times. So we actually have the code that's triggering the action here. Isn't that great? All right, let's move to the next lecture.